So now let's go into more of the academic part because I want to see what
Okay.
the was Miss Regina like in elementary and junior high. Let's start with elementary and junior high school. Did you
Oh
have
my
any
God.
extracurricular activities? How was you academically? Did you have anybody that influenced you at that time?
Academics, elementary, elementary just went by. I can't even focus too
Yeah,
much on
yeah.
elementary. Elementary went by. Junior high. When I was in junior high, um, I was this scrawny little kid. They used to call me olive oil, like
Oh
Popeyes.
my, oh
Olive oil.
wow.
I had all these, pimples on my face. I mean, all this, it was just, that kid. But I did not hang out with a lot of people. Even in the around the age of junior high, I always kept a small circle. I've never been a big circle type of person. I've always kept small circles
Good.
and had some, great friends, but small circle type. And when I would be around my friends, I remember even in high school when I was hanging out in a group of small circles, these girls wanted to go out. They wanted to smoke weed. They wanted to drink the alcohol. They wanted to do all that
Wow.
stuff. And they would always try and get me to do it. And my thing was, no, I don't want my dad to come in and kill me. Ain't no way I'm doing this stuff. My dad would kill me.
Right. Better
And
not.
so I always was able to restrain. But what they always tried to do, Faith, they always tried to push me to do it because to them, I wasn't cool. And so I learned at a really young age how to come into myself and stand against them. I was not one of these people that you were going to sway to do anything. Because I was like, no, you guys are not cool,
Mhm.
And I had a lot of friend of mine, they would talk behind my back, oh, she's not cool, she's not this, because she don't do this, she don't do that. So I spent a lot of lonely days as well. But one thing I never allowed my peers to do was to get me to do something they wanted me to do that I didn't want to do. So
Right.
that was never my thing. I've always had a strength. Like I said, I got to
Yeah,
fight
'cause
like my
it's
grandfather.
that strength. Yeah, it's that
I got to
strength.
fight like my grandfather. You ain't gonna make me do something I don't want to do.
That self-control.
Yeah, that's not me. I'd rather drive all y'all drunk people home. That's what I'd rather do. But I'm not going to get drunk with y'all. I was at a Daryl Hall and John Oates concert one time with my friends. And we were in high school and we went to this Daryl Hall and John Oates concert. And there was so much weed, smoke, all this in that
Wow.
room. There was such a contact high in there. I didn't even stay for the whole concert, Faith. Because while we were there, all this smoke in there and all
Here's
this
all that
weed
smoke.
and all that, I ended up seeing a vision of my father's face looking at me and he was angry. And that scared me so much. I grabbed my girlfriend and I said, we're out of here. So I grabbed my friend and I said, we are out of here. And she was so mad at me because I made her miss the half the concert. But I said, we're not supposed to be there. That place is bad.
So you were like the designated, mother hen even back then. You were like the designated, you know,
Absolutely.
like, oh no, no,
Absolutely.
no. We're
Oh,
not gonna
no.
do this. Oh no, ma'am, no,
Mm-mm.
sir.
No, but you have to remember also, Faith, is because I was dealing with knowing what my grandfather had gone through. He was wrong. He did wrong in the church
Yes,
and
right,
things happened
right.
to his life. And I didn't want that for
You didn't
me.
want that, right? You didn't want that for you,
Right.
right?
And I learned who this God is. And this God that we serve is real. I learned that 16, 17 years old. I learned that. So I'm not the person that went out here and did all this and did all that. I was always scared to get in trouble. I was so scared to get in trouble, Kim, that
Yeah,
when my brothers
and
and
I
sisters,
can't go for that. No,
Kim said, I
no
can't.
can
I
do.
know, right? Kim, let me tell you, Kim, Faith and Kim, I was so scared to get in trouble that what I would do is when my brothers and sisters did something wrong, I would go tell my mama. So they called me Tattletale. And my sister's like, why are you always telling on us? And I said, because what
Oh wow, you
happened,
were the snitch too. You were
oh
the
yes,
mother hen
girl.
and the snitch.
I was the mother hen, the snitch, the tattletailer. I was all that. I was all that. And I was proud of it. I
He's
wore
like,
my
I'm gonna cover
badge.
my bases. I'm gonna cover myself. I don't know about y'all. I'm not gonna get me out. You're not gonna put me out in no trouble. I'm going to tell it.
Come on. Y'all ain't gonna have me having a dream about myself. Y'all ain't doing that. Y'all ain't. But I would go and I would tell because what my mom did, she's trying to raise all of us. There was 4 of us. She's trying to raise us. And if one of them got in trouble, she would beat all of us. And so I got tired of getting the beatings. And I didn't do nothing wrong. So I started being mama snitch.
Right. But yeah, but that shows how you had that leadership in you, that leadership
Thank you,
quality
Kimmy.
in you. Yes. So
Mhm.
Yeah. So now you being, so you knew how to be responsible from
Yeah,
early on.
yeah,
You knew the value of responsibility at that time.
yeah.
So let me ask you, since you didn't indulge or anything, what did you do for fun at that time? Because we're still in elementary, junior high. So what did you
Oh
do
my
for
goodness.
fun?
All we did was church.
Oh, you did
All
was
we did was church. Let me tell you, we lived in a beautiful neighborhood with great friends, family, and all that, and we were able to have fun and go out and hang out. I used to hang out with my best friend, Rusio Roman. She actually moved here in Georgia as well. I used to hang out with her because she lived right across the street. Her mom was Spanish. Her mom was Dominican. Her father was Puerto Rican. Her mom didn't speak no English. So when I would go over there, her mom would demand that I speak Spanish to her. Now, Faith, we
wow.
young, and I'm like, I don't know how to speak Spanish. Or
Uh,
her mother didn't want to learn English, but she forced all the kids in the neighborhood to learn Spanish. And
wow.
so when I would come over there, she would start speaking to me in Spanish. And if I didn't know what she said, she would take her little ruler, she'd crack me over the knuckles with it, right? So I was forced to learn Spanish.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. No, you was beat to submission.
Pop right on the knuckles. Pop, pop. And I was like, oh, so she taught me Spanish, and I would hang out with her daughter. She and I, we were best friends. We were best friends. We'd hang out and everything. But I did not. Again, like I said, I always kept my circle small, so it would always be me and Rusio, hanging out. We would just play on the neighborhood in the neighborhood. We couldn't go off the block because our parents like, if I catch you round the corner. So we could only play on the street right there. So we all got to know each other there. But when I got older and it was time for me to go out, like I said, I would hang out with my friends. If they went to the club, I would go to the club with them. But I'm not drinking because I want to be aware of what's going on. Ain't nobody gonna spike my drink. Ain't nobody gonna put nothing in my purse. So I was
Right.
always conscious of where I was and what I did. I was never one
Good.
to get drunk and smoke and all that stuff. That was not me, because
Good.
not only did I respect myself, I had a fear for my parents. I didn't want my parents to be ashamed of me. And one thing I did not like was to make my parents sad.
Disappointed. Mhm.
Disappointed, Kim. I mean, that was worse than the beatings we would get. If my dad came to me and said, "I'm disappointed in you," that was that hurt.
That's punishment right there. That's punishment in
Ah,
itself.
oh
You
my
know, your parents expressed disappointment. Oh yeah, that did it to you.
Yeah, and so I never wanted my dad to be disappointed in me, and he came to me one day, I had stayed out late. Oh my gosh, I stayed out late with my friends and out overnight, Kim. I was scared to come home, Kim. I was scared because I had never done nothing like that. And my mom came and she whacked me, right? My dad came and my dad just looked at me and he said, "I'm disappointed in you." Man, I would rather had the whacking. I would rather had just
Yes.
hit me 5
Yes.
times. And then he didn't talk to me like for a good 2, 3 days. Like, I mean, he would say
Ooh.
hello, but he was like, we
Ooh.
didn't have those conversations. And that thing tore me up.
He got
It
you
tore
good.
me up. And so
Wow.
I
He got
was
you
like, no,
good.
I'm gonna get my life all the way together.
Like, yeah, he got you good on that one.
Oh
Yeah, I
yeah.
got it. Yeah, he's good. He's good. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So you had your experiences, and
Mhm.
that level of leadership and self control that you had at such an early age. So I
Mhm.
want to transition into high school, and because that's such a pivotal time. So what high school did you go to?
Oh my goodness, I graduated from Miami Norland Senior High School over there in Miami-Dade County, 305. Yes, I graduated the Vikings. We're the Vikings.
The Vikings.
Graduated in 85. Yes, yeah. Good school. Still there today.
Oh, still there today.
Oh, yes.
Um, did you go to any reunions? Do you visit? Like, do you see anyone?
Nope. Nope. I'm kind of boring sometimes, Kim. I mean, Faith. I'm kind of boring. I'm kind of boring, Faith.
Me
I did
too. Me too.
I I did not go to prom. I did not go to they have where you go to Disney World, whatever that thing is when you graduate. I did not go there. And I'm gonna tell you why
Mm,
I didn't go. I did not go because my mom didn't have the money to pay for the Disney trip. My mom
mm,
was at that time, of course, she and my dad, this was my stepdad at the time. Um,
okay.
my mom was, she was struggling financially. And so she didn't have the money, and I didn't want to put pressure on her to do that. And I said, it's fine, I can stay home. But I missed out on that. I did not go to school dances because it wasn't my thing.
Me either.
I'd rather stay home.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
I would go to a couple of football games and stuff like that. But then when some of the girls were out there and some of my friends, they would have their backpacks and they would come out their house dressed one way and then go to their backpacks and put on this other little skimpy outfit and all that stuff. I started feeling like y'all ain't getting me in trouble when your mama know you out with me. So I stopped doing that too. So I was kind of boring in high school. Kind of boring.
Yeah. But were you in any extracurricular activities, any clubs, any memberships in high school?
No, no, and here's why. My mom, when we were younger, my mom had what's called a group home. That was her job, and what she did was she would take in disabled children or children who were abused and neglected. She would take them into our home, and she would take care of them. And so
Wow.
our job was when we got out from school, we had to be home with my mom, helping her to take care of the kids. So I didn't do too much outing and stuff like that. We didn't do too much of that because we had duties that we had to do at home.
Wow, that's amazing. And
Mhm.
so did you sometimes during this journey you in the church and just kind of being that um that leadership you took on a leadership role at an early age, even with
Yeah.
your friends and doing the
Mhm.
social things that you did, and you mentioned about you
Mhm.
were assisting your mom with the children in need. Did you
Mhm.
sometimes feel um overwhelmed to the point where you felt like, I want to do something different? Did you feel, a level of resentment? Did you feel like, you wanted to do something more for
I
yourself? Like, like kind of get a little bit more freedom in there a little bit?
Yeah, there were a couple of times, yes, when we were taking care of the kids, like on the weekends especially. We wanted to go, maybe hang out with our friends or something like that. And my mom would say, yeah, yeah, thank you, Kim. Yeah.
Mm,
There were times when I wanted to go and hang out, and mom would say, okay, we got to take care of these kids or stuff like that. And so we couldn't. But I don't think I really looked at it very, very much hard. Like, let me see how I say this. Like when I was young, it's like, okay, if mom said it, then that's it, you accept it. Did
mhm.
I feel bad? Yeah, maybe for the moment. But then I would go into this part. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I would go into this part, Kim. I felt for my mom because my mom was doing her best financially. So, yes, I may have wanted to do those things, but my mom was trying to take care of all of us. And so, me just missing out on a weekend thing or something like that, I started empathizing for my mom. So, the thing went from me wanting to do it to me having sympathy for my mom. And we can't feel bad about that. So I
Right.
would push aside my feelings and just, put my feelings now to mom probably would like to go out too, but she can't. She has to stay here and take care of the kids. She would probably want to go and have a nice weekend away. She can't. So instead of me sitting here whining and moping about the situation, I can understand. Mom's trying to do what she has to do to put food on the table.
Yeah, I do understand that part, but just based on what you said about, your mom, I'm sure that, her taking on so much and
Mhm.
having to be responsible for so many people and wanting to have
Yeah.
a life of her
Mhm.
own. But don't you think at the same time that wouldn't it be fair for you to have a life of your own and not sacrifice
Yeah.
so much to a certain
Yeah.
degree?
I think what I do is, and I kind of still do it now, I put others before my own thought of I'm missing out.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think I still do it today. And I think one of the reasons why I like to travel so much now is
Oh,
because I did
okay.
not do a lot when I was younger. So
Right.
traveling is my thing now, and even now where I have to take care of my brother, I'm limited now on that traveling and stuff like that. But I think as I got older, that was probably one of the main reasons why my husband and I we travel so much because I didn't go out when I was young. I didn't enjoy. I
Right.
didn't do all of that
Yes.
stuff.
Yes.
And so, and then when I had my kids, I couldn't do all that stuff. So now that my kids are grown and on their own, I'm always out. And I think that's because I didn't do it
You do it
all those
then.
years. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to make it up to do.
Right. Mhm. A lot of making up.
Yeah, you have to do some things.